Hello, guys. How are you? So, I'm going to explain what a business is. So, a business is formed specifically to satisfy human wants and needs. So, businesses are formed to ensure that goods and services are provided to human beings. That's the purpose why goods and services are provided, right? So, that's the major purpose for provision of goods and services. So main purpose we are saying is to ensure that goods and services are provided. Then we have two types of businesses. We have for-profit businesses, and we also have not-for-profit businesses. For-profit businesses are entities which are mainly formed with an aim of ensuring that the business gets profits. Then, what is profit? Profit is defined as the difference between the income and the costs. That is from the definition of accountants. So, if we are looking at profits, we are looking at the difference between the revenue and the costs. All right, that's what are profits. All right, that's what is referred to as the profits. All right, then what about the not-for-profit businesses? The not-for-profit businesses are mainly formed to provide a good or a service to the society or final users, but without an aim of making profits. Right? So that they are not mainly aimed at making what are profits, but essentially they are there to provide goods um, and services. All right, that's for not for more profit making businesses. Now let's give examples. Let's give examples of for profit businesses. For profit businesses, we take into account, say for instance, um, Meta or Facebook. It's for profit. It's a social media giant, which mainly gets its revenue, majority of its revenue, from sponsored adverts or sponsored posts on its site. We also look at Google, it's from for profit. CNN, cable news network. Um, Ford Motor Company, General Motors, Toyota, right? Unilever, um, which manufactures a number of consumer products. It's for a profit entity, right? So these examples of organizations which I have just given you are mainly there to make profits. So making of profits is their priority or their aim. They aim to make profits. Their main aim is to ensure that our profits are made. That's for the for-profit making entities. Now, the other businesses which we do have, we have the not-for-profit making, and these ones we have said they are not mainly involved in making money or to get profit out of providing the goods and services. Examples of entities like, for instance, Red Cross International, Oxfam, Majority of government departments, they are there not to make profits. We also have children's homes or orphanages that are not there to make profits. Old people's homes, they are not there to make profits. Government educational departments, majority of them are not there to make profits. So these are just examples of organizations which we are saying are formed and are in existence, but they do not mainly aim to make profits. Now, how do these businesses differ? How do they differ? Now we see that there's a group or a part which you say classification of organizations with the public sector, and we also have the private sector. So public sector, we refer to organizations or entities which are owned and controlled by the state or the government. Organizations or entities which are owned and controlled by the state or the government. That is for the not-for-profit making entities. These ones are owned and controlled by the government. Then the for-profit entities, these ones are owned by private individuals. But in some economies, we find we might also actually have an entity under the private sector being owned and controlled by the government. So we have entities in the private sector which are also now owned by the government and with an intention of making profits. Right, in our next video, we'll look at the part of the what we call the business objectives. Thank you. We meet on the next video.